What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Troy. Sounds like I just woke up, but I didn't. Excuse me for my hoarseness, but right now I'm just medicating with CBDs. If you haven't heard of CBDs, they're basically a part of the hemp plant that is a non psychoactive ingredient that helps with seizures, schizophrenia, anxiety, and stuff like that. So I'm just vaping that, chilling out. I'm just trying to relax because I feel a little anxious, and that's why I'm vaping my CBD because it helps. And also, if you want to know where to get the best CBDs from, I personally get them from Indoka.com. I think there's a link to them in my page, my actual page. If you look at it on the phone or on the computer, you can click. It says CBD on it, and that's where you can get CBDs. But they help me a lot. But let me hit the CBD real quick. Makes me feel better already. It's very what's the word? I wouldn't say potent because it doesn't get you high, but it does elevate your mood. You know. And then also when you vape it, it works faster because it's going right into your lungs. But I mean, the tinctures and the pills and all that stuff. I mean, CBD water, they have it all nowadays, and it's legal in all 50 states, so it's not illegal. But I mean, it really does help. Mm. No, it also helps with pain too. So I mean, if you're in pain, you should try CBD. Definitely try it out. I mean, I'm not the spokesman for CBD products, but I do know that it helps immensely for me and my issues. Right off the bat, after vaping this, like before, I was a little agitated, but I feel a little bit better. So let me keep vaping this and talk to you guys. But here's I'll tell you a story. One story that I think's interesting. Um, One time I was in psychosis, and I thought I was God. So that's what happens a lot. Sometimes when you go into psychosis, you get very like spiritual. Like you think you have superpowers and stuff like that. That's one sign that you are in psychosis, when you think that you're like a celebrity or a god or whatever, demigod, whatever. That's one sign that you know that you're losing touch of reality. And as much as it seems like it may be true, at the moment, it's really not. You're just a human being. We're all human beings and we're all equal. But I mean, that's usually when I go through psychosis, I have spiritual revelations or impractical spiritual revelations that aren't really based off of the truth. They're just kind of based off distorted thoughts, and they lead into just more chaos. So, like, if you think like you have superpowers, then you probably want to go get checked out because you don't have superpowers. The only superpower you have is the power of being able to make a choice of, are you going to be loving towards somebody or are you going to be hateful towards somebody? And that's what I feel life is lacking. People who display love. I mean, love cures all. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, like what I mean by that is if you have a supportive family or supportive friends or some network of people that will help you as you're going through your sickness, that definitely helps you heal faster. It helps you just internalize and process information a little bit better when you're with people who understand you. And if you're with somebody who's giving you nothing but like alcohol to drink to mask the problem, or weed or whatever, or or whatever substance it may be, I mean, you might want to check to see who's your friend and who really isn't, because at the end of the day, you got to be your own best friend to be able to take care of yourself. And once you're able to take care of yourself, then you can take care of others. But the main goal is to get better, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm just talking to you guys as I'm getting better, and hopefully I'm able to inspire some people that have an illness. Like I struggle with anxiety as well, and it can be very neutralizing, or it feels neutralizing. But once you understand that the anxiety is not a necessary emotion, I mean, in the regards of, you don't have to be anxious just to walk out the house. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody's gonna come and get you. Like, nobody's like super. It feels like when I'm in psychosis, it feels like everybody's out to get me, and it's like I always take it out on the people who are closest to me. So they feel the wrath rather than a stranger. But it's just like, I don't know. It just, that's the way how it works. But my goal is to stay on my medications, even though I'm a walking pharmacy at the moment. Like, I gained 20 pounds and stuff like that, but I'd rather be 20 pounds heavier and sane than being 175 and run around the street with peanut butter on my nipples. Like, you know, like, I'm joking, but like at the same time, like, I'm really not joking, because when you get in psychosis, you think some wild things. Like, you think you're untouchable. You think that you can't die. And I actually got beat up by the police one time when I was in psychosis, but that's a different story. But no, actually, let's talk about that, because I was at a camp. I was homeless and I wasn't on my meds, and I felt at the time that they were trying to abuse me sexually. So I ran away from the ranch, and whether that was true or not, it was the truth for me at that time. So they called the sheriff, and the sheriff drove. Like, I was running down in the desert, like literally in the middle of the desert, like, and this car came by, and I stopped because it was a car, and it was a sheriff car, and he almost hit me in the legs, and they both pulled guns out on me. And then their story is that I said, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Now, I to this day personally don't believe that I said shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. I think that I said don't shoot me, because that's a more rational thing to say. Why would I want them to shoot me? Like, I'm running away from a problem because I care about my life. You know what I mean? So that would be counterproductive to just tell them to shoot me after I'm running away from something at the moment I thought was bad. So, I mean, they grabbed me, they tackled me, and they stomped my head into the ground, and basically took advantage of their power. But that happens with a lot of people. I could have got shot that day, so I'm just grateful that I didn't get shot. But you know, my guardian angels were looking out for me that day. But at the same time, I got beat up by police. I've been nervous of the police ever since. Like, every single time I see one, like, it just makes my heart skip, because it's like they have so much power, like, that can be abused. And I'm not saying all cops are bad, because that's not true. There's more good cops than there are bad cops, but it's just they have a lot of power. And, you know, I mean, you might not be scared of the law, but the law ain't scared of you. So that's all I gotta say. But let me hit the CBD one more time, because I'm starting to feel better. But yeah, but that's just one story. I mean, where's another wild story that happened while I was on psychosis? Oh yeah, I was on a golf course. I thought I was in heaven, and I saw there was like a pond, and I saw the Loch Ness monster jump out of the pond, and I'm looking at the Loch Ness monster. The Loch Ness monster is looking at me like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, shit, you're the one who popped up out of the water, you know. And excuse my language, I didn't mean to cuss, but still, I mean, I thought the Loch Ness monster was in a golf course, And so I proceeded to keep running around on the golf course, and then ultimately I got not arrested. I don't know what it's called, but I got detained because I was running in somebody's I ran in somebody's garage, and then a whole bunch of dogs like she had like 5 German shepherds, and they all rushed me, and something told me just to be still, and they all jumped on me, but they didn't bite me, which I thought was interesting because every single time I go in psychosis, it's like, yeah, I lose my boundaries of reality, but there's something always protecting me, and like those dogs could have bit me and tore me up, but for some reason something told them just to jump on me and bark, and I wasn't scared. But like shortly after that, I got detained, and they took me to my father's because he's a police officer himself, and he had to take me to I think it was Loma Linda or something, or the BMC. But nonetheless, I had to go back to the hospital and get restabilized. But you know, I've been in and out of hospital since 17, and you know, I've probably been to a mental hospital probably 10 times in my life since 17. So I'm 25. So about like I don't know the math on that, but probably, you know, something close to once a year. But I plan on never going back. I plan on making videos and staying sane and doing fun things, natural fun. You know, you don't have to go out and drink every night and turn up every night just to have a good day, you know. And if you feel that way, then I feel bad for you, because I used to do alcohol and smoke weed heavily because it was just to numb the pain. And you know, sometimes a lot of people, they turn to drugs because it real life reality is too harsh, and they escape by giving themselves an alternate or alternative mind frame. So that's why a lot of people drink and do drugs, is to get out of the reality that they live in. And that's very understandable, but it's just like a lot of people, they can't help themselves, and it becomes a habit, and it controls their lives. Now, everything in life should be done in moderation, you know, like if you're gonna drink, and have a few drinks and have a good time, and then, you know, take a break from drinking and go out next month, drink again. But you know, same thing with weed. I mean, you don't have to be high every 5 seconds of the day. Like, you really don't. Like, there's times where soberness is the best high. You know, soberness is the best high sometimes, because you can do stuff like I'm doing, and you can like talk to people on YouTube, or, well, I mean, right now technically I'm talking to a camera, but I mean, I'm still talking to whoever's watching this, and I don't really have a point to this conversation. It's just, I felt like just sharing some things about myself, because that's what this channel is about. It's about sharing. It's about, you know, giving back to people who also have mental illnesses, like depression. Like, here's what I feel about depression. Here, 1 second, let me hit this. Depression is the opposite of anxiety, in my opinion. And sometimes when you have a lot of anxiety and you don't know how to channel it, the ultimate it transfers into depression. Like, everything in mental health is connected in some way, shape, or form. And sometimes people are so anxious all the time that they don't know, they withhold the anxiety, and it turns into depression because it's energy, but the energy converts into a different emotion. So that's not good either. But I mean, it's understandable. But you know, I'm just trying to relate to people with this video. Like, I don't really have a main message of this video. It's just me talking, and just chilling, smoking CBDs or vaping CBDs because they help immensely for me. So like, I'm probably just gonna call this "Chilling with Troy," episode 1, "Chilling with Troy." So, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, like, what's the craziest thing I ever thought on psychosis, or craziest thing I've ever done on psychosis, or things of that nature, or what does it feel like to be depressed or anxiety, or what's ADHD, or whatever. Like, if you have a question, don't feel shy to ask me anything. This channel is developed. I developed it just to um, share with you guys about mental health and other situations. So like, just picture me as a virtual best friend. Like, I will never say anything to misguide you, and if I do say something that's not true, it's not intended to. I'm not trying to lie to you guys. It's just I'm a human being. I make mistakes, but everything I try to say on this channel is coming from the truth, or from the truth, and I just want you guys to know that. So yeah, I'm just gonna vape this CBD a couple more times, and I'm just gonna upload this video. But I'm gonna call it "Chilling with Troy" Part 1, or Episode 1, and then see how I get, see the feedback. But if you want to ask me any question, ask me anything. And if I don't know how to respond to it, then I'll tell you that on the message. But I can give you maybe a link or something to help you better understand what's going on. But yeah, I'm probably about to get off the camera now because I've talked too much. But hopefully you guys are having a great and blessed day, and stay faithful and stay grateful. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.